Let's continue our face-off between the HTC Surround and Samsung Focus and take a look at a couple of the applications that are pre-installed by the manufacturers. HTC has what is called their hub. Open that up for you, and this is where the weather application is. And you can see there's a lot of animation. And we'll tap on that and get to the weather app. Here's Westlake Village, and we'll get current temperature along with a 4-day forecast. And again, typical HTC, you can swipe down and go to the next one and load as many as you'd like. A little chilly in Chicago, 15 degrees. I have found this to be, there we go, sometimes a little sticky going from city to city. And again, you now have sound effects with the weather, so we had a little foghorn there since it's foggy in Paris. On the Focus, you have what's called Samsung's Now, and we'll take a look at their weather application. One of the things that kind of bugs me about it is you have to refresh it every time you open it up. It doesn't refresh automatically. Let's see if we get a difference in the weather here. As I said, sometimes this is a bit sticky. So, there we go. And we're going the wrong direction. There we go, a little rain, windshield wiper, and sound effects. So here's the Samsung weather application. Again, you can tap on it to get current conditions as well as a 6-day forecast. It also provides a couple other cities. I've got Chicago and Mason here. You can add more if you'd like. Tapping on one again will take you to the current conditions as well as a 6-day forecast. So that's a look at the two weather applications. Both of the phones offer stock market applications. Get this in portrait. There we go. Take a look at both of those. And again, on the Samsung, you have to refresh it every time you open up the application. It doesn't refresh automatically, which I think is a little silly. And then on HTC, aside from that, you also have the sound enhancer, which works very well for audio and video. And again, we had the SRS on. We were watching our videos early on YouTube. You've got notes. I threw a note on there before, call Mark. And then along with notes you have the calculator. And that's portrait. There it is in landscape. Alright, we also have attentive phone. So you can see a quiet ring on pickup, pocket mode, flip for speaker, and flip to mute ring, which is pretty handy. And we've got a flashlight, and typical HTC flashlight, 3 different levels. Now the one thing that's on Samsung Now that's not on the HTC hub is in the news application, and it's Reuters, and you can pick whatever category you'd like. You can say I have technology news in there, and tapping on one will take you directly onto the web into that particular story. So there's a look at some of the differences between the built-in applications from each of the manufacturers. From HTC, again, it's called HTC Hub, and from Samsung, it's called Samsung Now. Let's finish up our face-off and take a look at the browsers on both of these handsets. Obviously, we're looking to see who can load quicker since they're both running WP7. If you haven't seen the settings on the browser for Windows Phone 7, I'll give you a quick look at those. Not a lot there to choose from. Allow cookies on my phone, let Bing suggest sites as I type. You've got a mobile or desktop version, and delete history. I've deleted history on both of the handsets, and they're both running off the same Wi-Fi network. Let's start out with slash gear on both. And we're off. And the focus is way out in front. The battery's dying on the other. Focus is almost there. Focus is done. And the surround is now done. One of the nice things about Windows Phone 7 is it's unbelievably smooth as far as scrolling. And again, you've got pinch to zoom. Both are very smooth. Double tap to zoom in. One thing though, once you've double tapped to zoom in, if you need it larger and you use multi-touch, you're going to find out that it doesn't reformat it to fit the page, which is always a big pet peeve of mine. Let's try Engadget. look like they're about neck and neck. Going down to the wire. Again, they're not the fastest browsers I've used on smartphones, but they do work. Okay, the surround is done, and the focus is still loading. And there we go, focus is done as well. You can see they're both very smooth. Windows Phone 7 is pretty amazing, although I got a Desire in today, and it's pretty smooth as well. All right, let's try one more. Let's go to GSM Arena, because right now we've got a tie. And we're off. Each phone winning one round. This will be our tiebreaker. And it is going to be... It was the surround, I believe, beat it out. And you can see that there's no flash support on either one. And let's go take a look at an article on both. And again, the surround won on that again. Double tap to zoom in. Again, you get a little larger typeface with the focus because of the size of the screen than you do with the surround, but the surround definitely loaded the web pages faster. Anyway, I'll have a written review up comparing both phones, and I'll get some photographs posted as well from both of the cameras. That'll be up on the site probably sometime tomorrow. So please stop by smartphoneenemy.com. I appreciate everybody subscribing, appreciate your comments for the most part, and thank you so much for watching. Hope it's been helpful. Take care.